Happy Wednesday, Cougars. I hope you and your families are safe and healthy. I want to wish happy birthday to Darren and Haley. And it's also National Pie Day and National Tulip Day. Today we're going to be learning about staying organized through distance learning and goal setting. Distance learning can be hard to adjust to because it's a huge change. Even though being at school has its challenges, there's a schedule you follow that's pretty predictable. Your teacher is physically there to answer any questions you have and keep you focused on your work, and there isn't a TV in front of you begging to be turned on. It is probably pretty overwhelming to feel like you have to plan to get a packet done in a week all your own without procrastinating. The best way to stay on top of your work is to stay organized, and you can do that with a planner. Writing your goals down in a planner is a commitment to yourself to be your best self. Be kind to yourself if you can't achieve your daily goal, but also challenge yourself and dream big. Let's watch a video on how to set goals to give you an idea of what to put in your planner.
Setting goals for yourself is one of the most important things that you as a student can do. When you look at set goals on a day-to-day basis, rather than looking at all of your tasks at once, you are more likely to stay motivated and focused. The first thing we are going to take a look at is proper goal setting. When it comes to goal setting, there are two types of goals you can set for yourself: long-term and short-term goals. Long-term goals are important because it allows you to set an objective that you want to work towards. It is easy to lose motivation if you do not set any long-term goals for yourself. If you don't care about what you learn in your courses, then you most likely won't care about what your final marks may be. You have to ask yourself questions like, what do I want to accomplish? And how will I do this? Short-term goals are steps that help you answer the first questions you asked yourself. By setting daily and weekly goals, you can work your way in small doses in order to come closer to your long-term goal. Without short-term goals, it can be easy to get overwhelmed by your long-term ambitions, creating unwanted stress. Grouping your work so that you think of it in smaller bits makes it easier to approach than the whole project at once. When working towards any of your goals, there will come a time when sacrifices will have to be made. Sometimes, short-term sacrifices are needed in order to carry out your long-term goals. You have to plan ahead in order to know what sacrifices will have to be made in the future. This avoids any unpleasant surprises. It is important to know that when setting goals for yourself, there are never any failures. Whether or not you've completed your goal, there is always something you can learn from the experience. Don't be discouraged if you don't complete a goal that you set for yourself. Just step back and think about what went wrong and how you can avoid doing the same thing next time. The next thing we are going to learn about is setting SMART goals for yourself. Specific goals have clearly defined targets. If your goals are not specific, you will have no idea when you have achieved them. Know what you want to improve on and focus on it. For example, a non-specific goal would be, I want to be in better shape, whereas a specific goal would be, I want to be able to run 5 kilometers by March. Measurable goals have concrete criteria that you can use to measure your progress. They have a defined beginning and end. An example of a non-measurable goal would be, I want to do well in English, whereas a measurable goal would be, I want to get at least a B in English. The next type of goal is an attainable goal. In order to have an attainable goal, you need to consider what is possible for you to complete in the time frame that you have available. For example, a non-attainable goal would be, I want to run the 100-meter sprint in 8 seconds. An attainable goal would be, I want to run the 100-meter sprint in 15 seconds. This section of your goal checklist is your very own personal and realistic goal. For a realistic goal, you will need to consider how much free time you have, how long each activity takes, and your personal abilities. An example of a non-realistic goal would be, I want to get A's in all of my courses, join 3 new clubs, play on an intramural sports team, and join the McMaster Orchestra. A more realistic goal would be, I want to get A's in all of my courses and join 1 new club. Know what you want to focus your energy on. Remember that there are only 24 hours in a day. The last goal type is a timely goal. Timely goals set deadlines that you need to meet in order to accomplish your goal. Setting smaller deadlines for the individual parts of an assignment can keep you organized and save you from a last-minute rush. An example of a non-timely goal would be, I want to study for my biology exam, whereas a timely goal would be, I will study for my biology exam on February 27th, 28th, and 29th. Know that setting a deadline for the project will give you a finish line to focus on, which can help you stay focused and deliver positive results. Using the SMART framework can help you create personalized and achievable goals. Effective goal setting can set you up to succeed, boosting your confidence and increasing your drive to set bigger and better goals.
As you can see, setting goals is pretty life-changing. Did you know that writing your goals down in a planner increases your chances of achieving your goals by 47%? Writing them down also helps remind you of your goals and to keep track of your progress. Now I'll show you how I write in my planner to keep track of my goals and some hacks that you can learn. I'm actually going to show you some journal hacks you can use using my own journal. So as you may have noticed, I have 3 different types of pens and they're different colors. The more you write it down, the more it will come true. So we got to try to remind ourselves to write it down and hold ourselves accountable. So for my school goal, write it in blue here. I'll say what I want to do is, and we have to start off small. So let's say I have a C in math. Maybe raise my grade up to a B minus. Yeah! And then once I raise my grade up to a B minus, I'll keep saying, okay, now to a B plus. Yeah! And taking little steps like that can make all the difference. For a personal goal, it could be something like a big goal or long-term goal could be just take better care of myself. Okay. And then a SMART goal would be go outside for a run. Two times a week. Notice how I didn't say 5 times a week because that's a little unrealistic. I wanted to set a realistic goal because I generally run around, I don't run every day, so having a more realistic goal sets yourself up for success. And another tip is I love this pen, it has like a highlighter on the top, is to highlight it when you've accomplished it. So let's pretend that I accomplished my goal of going for a run 2 times a week. I went on Saturday and Sunday, and then I'll just highlight it every time I complete it. It's pretty straightforward. I'm sure you guys know how to do this already. Now I'm going to show you how to make your own folder to put in your planner. You can use any type of paper, but I happened to get lucky and I found this really pretty piece of paper actually in one of my bookshelves. And to make this, it's pretty easy. All you need is one paper, a paper hole puncher, scissors, and tape. So what you do is you fold your construction paper in half like this. And then after that, don't do that. What you do is you fold your construction paper in half like this. And then you fold it in like this. Ta-da! You have your folder. And then after that, you kind of measure it against your planner. Okay, so right here is where I know I have to fold it. And then you use tape to seal the back. Okay, and now how do we put it inside your planner? So what we do is that we patiently use our pen and we basically make like a little dot where we need a paper hole punch it. So I'm going to make a dot there. a dot there. And you continue like that until you've done every single ringlet. It's kind of relaxing if you patiently do each one. I personally am doing this because I find it relaxing and I love helping you guys out and finding different ways you guys can stay organized. I love doing crafts. Almost done. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just enough so that it works out. Okay, it should look like this. I don't know if you can see it, but there's just little dots alongside it. So this is what I came back with. Notice how there's mistakes in it, and that's okay. We have to understand the mistakes happen and just keep going and see if it still works out. So what we do is we get a pair of scissors and then we just cut a little slit right here, right at in the middle of each of the different holes. Just right in the middle. Okay, so this is the finished product. Ta-da! And you've got yourself a folder that you can put things in. Like if I wanted to put this card in here, just insert it like that. Ta-da! Make sure you tape it. Alright guys, that's all for now. I really enjoy making these videos for you to help you guys out. I hope this video was helpful. I have two missions for you today. The first is to come up with a goal that you want to accomplish this week, and the second is to use one of the journal hacks I taught you today. Feel free to send us pictures of your planners and goals, and you can be featured on our counseling page. Our emails are on the welcome page. Remember, do one thing today that your future self will thank you for. Bye, guys.